You were never meant to fit in. And if you do these 6 things, you are not normal. Most people will never understand you. That is not an insult. That is the most powerful thing anyone has ever said to you. Most people spend their entire lives blending in, following, agreeing, performing, and they call that living. But you have always felt something underneath, something different, something that separates you from everyone in the room, like you were watching life through glass, like you could see things others could not even sense. That feeling is not a flaw. It is a signal. And right now, we are going to decode exactly what it means. Number 1, you observe more than you speak. While everyone else is talking, you are watching. You catch the micro-expression that flashed before the smile. You notice who laughs too loud and why. You hear the pause before the answer. You see the eyes move before the lie. Most people think in words. You think in patterns. This is not shyness. This is not anxiety. This is a completely different operating system running inside you. Normal people cannot tolerate silence. It feels like a threat, so they fill it with noise. But silence is where you do your sharpest thinking. Silence is data. Silence tells you everything. The noise is trying to cover. Psychologists call this hyper-vigilant observation. It develops in minds that were forced early to read rooms, read people, stay steps ahead just to survive. And once that ability is built, it never switches off. You walk into any room, and within 60 seconds you have already mapped it, identified the threat, understood the hierarchy without a single word spoken. That is not normal, that is rare, and that is power. Number 2, you feel everything deeply, but you show nothing. On the surface, you are calm, still, completely unreadable. Inside, you are processing 17 layers of everything at once. You feel things at a frequency most people do not even know exists. A single song can crack you open. One sentence from years ago still lives somewhere in your chest. You can feel the exact moment a relationship shifts, before anyone else even suspects it. But here is what separates you from everyone else. You learn something most people never do. Feeling deeply and performing deeply are not the same thing. You chose the still surface, not because you do not care, but because you understood early. The person who controls their expression controls the room. Emotion is information. You stopped giving it away for free. This is dark emotional intelligence, carrying an ocean inside while showing the world a mirror. Most people wear every feeling on their face, every fear, every insecurity, every crack, visible to anyone who knows how to look. You removed the sign, and that single invisible decision changed everything about how the world responds to you. Number 3, you think about your own thinking. This is the one that separates you from almost everyone you have ever met. You do not just have thoughts. You watch yourself having them. You catch yourself mid-reaction and stop, and ask why. You question your own beliefs before defending them. You replay conversations not to feel them again, but to dissect them, to find the psychology underneath the words. This is called metacognition, the ability to observe your own mind from above it. Research shows it operates at a functional level in fewer than 20% of people. Most people are controlled by their minds. You learn to stand behind yours and watch it. Every belief you hold has been examined. Every pattern you keep repeating has been noticed. You may not have fixed all of it yet, but you see it. And seeing it is everything. Normal people react, trigger to action. No space between. You created the space. That space is where real intelligence lives. That space is where actual decisions happen. That space is the entire difference between being lived and choosing how to live. Number 4, you are comfortable alone in ways that disturb other people. Not lonely, alone. There is a difference most people will never understand because they have never been able to sit in silence long enough to find out. Lonely is a wound. Alone is a choice. Alone is where you go to rebuild. You do not need constant noise. You do not need someone else in the room to feel real. You do not need an audience to function. And that unsettles people who have never learned to be their own company, because here is what normal people do. They become someone different depending on who is watching. They shapeshift, mirror, perform a different version of themselves in every room. But you are the exact same person in a crowd. As you are alone at 3 in the morning with no one watching, that consistency, like that is the rarest thing there is, because when there is no audience left, no performance to give, the real self is all that remains. Most people have never met their real self. The silence drives them straight back into noise every single time. You stayed in the silence. You met what was there. And you did not run from it. Number 5, you see through people, and it unsettles them without you saying a word. You have known someone was lying before they finished the sentence. You have felt the agenda underneath the kindness, the competition buried inside the compliment, the fear that lives beneath the arrogance. People believe they are presenting themselves to you. What they do not know is you are reading everything they are not presenting. This is not paranoia. This is